Hey EMbers, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another comparison video from me. The last two of these have done remarkably well, so I thought I would do another one. In today's video, I thought I would do a comparison video between the Xbox and PC version of Sudeki. It's my copy of Sudeki. Again, another underrated gem in my opinion. I absolutely love Sudeki. And for the first time in this series, I can actually talk about the gameplay differences because I have played Sudeki on the Xbox and on the PC. So here we are, this is the Xbox version, and you will note on the front cover that mine is actually signed here by Tom Baker, who I assume most people will know as one of the Doctors in Doctor Who. But he also voiced the narrator in this game, so I had this sent off to him and he signed it for me. You can see our four main heroes on the case here. You have Buki, Ailish, Elko and Tal. So just a brief synopsis of the game. You are in the world of Sudeki. It's a very complicated plot really, but in essence there is a normal world and a shadow realm, and the shadows are entering the normal realm and you have to try and see what that's happening for and you have to try and stop it. So these are sort of typical RPG playstyles. You have your warrior here, you have your sorceress. Buki is more of a Sedani warrior, she's cat-like and she fights with the claws, and then you have Elko who fights with a gun. That's the front cover of the Xbox version. Let's move on to the PC version. Here we have it. This is the PC version. Pretty much the same there. And there's the pair of them together. So you can see there's not really many visual differences apart from the obvious Xbox logo and whatnot. Of course, this is in a green case as it's an Xbox game, and this is in a regular black case. So we move on to the sides here. You have a striking picture of Ailish, the same one on the front cover. And onto the PC version, there's no picture, it just tells you what the game is. This is the back of the Xbox version, and you can feel free to pause if you would like to read that. I'll just scroll down for you. It's an absolutely incredible game, this, it really is. I love it. Then we move to the back of the PC version, which is very, very different. Again, you can pause that if you would like to read it. So let's bring them back together. You have the Xbox version on the left and the PC version on the right there. As you can see, very, very big differences on the back. I think this is probably the biggest visual difference we've had in this series. So this is what you were greeted with when you open up the Xbox version, and this is the PC version. And there they both are together. So as you can see, the booklet is very, very similar between the two, which we'll look at a little bit more. But the disc is completely different. So the Xbox version of the disc has a very striking picture of Ailish. It's interesting that they use Ailish for most of their promotional material and, you know, on the disc and whatnot. She's obviously front and centre on the front of the artwork as well. One would argue that Tal, this guy here, is more of a main character than Ailish, although they do all have significance in the storyline. But I have a feeling this is as simple as let's use the beautiful busty lady to promote our game. So in contrast, the PC disc has all four of them on it, the same image that's been used for most of the artwork. Finally, we'll move on to the booklets. So here they are side by side. Straight off the bat, the Xbox version feels a lot thicker, but we have had this before. I will count the page numbers, but the Xbox booklet definitely feels a lot thicker than the PC booklet. The back of the booklets, again, very, very different. The Xbox one tells you the controls, and the PC one has a promo for Alien Hominid. I've never actually heard of that game. So I will quickly flick through the Xbox booklet for you. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but we will keep a note of the page numbers. So here is a character profile of all our heroes. Again, feel free to pause this if you would like. I have to say Buki is my favourite. Then we have an overview of the worlds, and then your basic information about the game. So again, I'll flick through this as quickly as possible for you. I always liked these sort of concept art versions of the characters. Here we are. Like I say, a very involved RPG. I really, really enjoy this one. And you've just got your warranty information there. So that is the Xbox booklet. And the Xbox booklet has 29 pages. So let's compare with the PC version quickly. So here we are, quickly onto the PC version of the booklet. Again, it feels a lot shorter. Oh, we have some writing. And straight off the bat, that explains why this is a lot shorter. It is a quick start guide. And if you read here, a full version of the Sudeki manual is included on your game disc. Is this typical that the manual is actually digital on a PC game? Let me know. Still, we'll flick through it anyway, but I do believe that this is just how to set up the game in different languages. So we can't really compare these two, I'm afraid, because they are entirely different. I didn't actually realise that about the PC booklet before we began. I probably should have looked at that. So we cannot compare the booklets. That's an unfair comparison there, as the PC one is digital. So I actually own a third copy of Sudeki, but it is a digital download from Steam on my laptop. So this is mainly for the collection. I don't actually use this one. So that is the visual comparison. Let's very, very quickly talk about gameplay. I find this game far easier to play on the original Xbox than I do the PC. There is a section with Elko, which I find absolutely infuriating. To give you a brief version, at each point during the story, you have to play as just one of the characters, so you don't get your support characters. And Elko's part is basically a giant mech spider. And if you've played this game, you will know how ridiculously hard that can be. Easier on Xbox, but the controls for the PC make it almost impossible to actually do that section. So you really do need to plug in a controller if you want to play this on your PC. That is absolutely what I would recommend. That's it. Please let me know if you have played this gem of a game. Like I said, I've discussed Draken and I've discussed Pirates the Legend of Black Cat. Now I'm discussing Sudeki. I believe these games are absolutely incredible. These are the games I grew up on and I wish more people knew about them. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye EMbers.